Yo, this is KG from Top Prize Podcast via Top Prize Entertainment. I'm coming to you with I'm gonna try to make this take as quick as possible. But um, I saw this was circulating on Facebook. Indisputed TV. I think his name is Dr. Richard had a little take on this teacher who exposed his students for not knowing shapes. Now, these are 13-year-olds, and yeah, they should know shapes. God damn it, you learn shapes in fucking pre-K. You should know these things. But you're telling me a 13-year-old that can't really identify shapes, and then you don't understand how frustrating it is to be a teacher in any community, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. It's hard being a teacher in any community. But this is what they said, and I'm gonna give you my take on it.
Basically, what we're saying is nobody in this class has a understanding of shapes. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 33. 5 out of 33 have a concept of shapes. We're talking squares, rectangles, triangles. That's all it's literally, we haven't even gotten to the next. Oh my God, we haven't even got to the hard shapes yet. I haven't asked y'all to pull out a calculator. I haven't asked y'all to multiply. I haven't asked y'all to add. I haven't asked y'all to subtract. I haven't asked y'all to do anything but identify shapes. What shape is this when you cut it in half? What shape is this when you cut this in half? No. I'm just hush. Just hush. I literally have not. This is the first question where they ask y'all to calculate the area. Mind you, if you're paying attention, books with the answers right on them. This is not even a try it question. This is an example from the book. And only 5 people can give me the answer out of 30-something people, out of 30-something kids. And again, nobody's asking y'all to calculate, multiply, divide, add, subtract. I asked y'all to identify shapes. And we can't get 13-year-olds to identify triangles, squares, and rectangles. This is literally the only class all day who cannot identify shapes. So, tonight, for homework, I'm gonna need you guys to draw shapes.
All right. I'm going to play his apology in just a moment. But teacher, I got some homework for you. If you're ever teaching a class, you got over 30 students, only 5 students get the lesson that you're teaching. Sir, you are the failure, not the students. No way in the hell that over 30 of your students don't know what to do, and you're the teacher. Okay? That's an indictment upon yourself. All right, here's the apology.
What's up, y'all? Let me make. Is it safe for me in here? Weekend has been pretty crazy. I've been pretty busy, booked with daytime TV, advocating for our youth per usual. And y'all know what happened this weekend. I wanted to take the weekend to read y'all comments, take some constructive criticism, and not just respond just to be combative, not just responding back to what y'all have to say. I wanted to take some of that feedback in. There's always room for growth. Like, no matter what, there's always room for growth. So first things first, I want to go ahead and apologize. Yes. Ooh, not apologies. You can't never tell somebody how you made them feel. You know what I'm saying? So if my tone and how I was talking made you feel a type of way, I do apologize for how I made you feel. That was never my intention. My intention is never to be condescending and rude. I literally don't even hear it. I just be talking sometimes, but I do apologize. Second thing, I feel like y'all more so have an issue with me and my tone and demeanor than the actual issue that I'm showing y'all in real time. I am actually quite literally on a daily basis showing y'all how far behind or how big the gap is. And you could say, teach them. It don't work like that. We still have our own curriculum to get through. So how can I go back 4 years and expect them to get fluency like that and then try to, on top of that, add on? It does not work like that. So have your issue with me. Have whatever issue. That the goal was to never be liked. Have your issue with me, but let's not ignore the message that is actually being shown to you in real time. But it is a little crazy to me. We are currently living in an era right now. There's a viral trend going on where parents are locking their toddlers into bathrooms so they can curse and do this, that, and the third. What is baffling to me is that we will take the time and the energy to set up a camera for our kids to curse into them, but we have not read to them. We have not worked with them. We have not pulled out a book with them. You know what I'm saying? That's baffling to me.
Man, brother, I think it would have been better if you just apologized, left it at that, said you can move on. I want to say this to you. I heard your point about you're teaching a different curriculum. They have to know a certain curriculum by the time they get to your classroom. I've been a teacher a long time myself, so I understand that. In situations like that, because it does happen, you have to then go back to whoever was supposed to teach that student properly and give that teacher some of the energy you gave those children, because those children are there to absorb from the teacher. So the energy, while I understand the passion, completely misplaced on these youth. All right. Teacher and rap artist Marquise Bryant was in hot water after posting a clip of his math class on TikTok. And share with the world how his middle school students do not know how to identify shapes. So he thought this was a good idea at the time. The exercise in the class, a textbook on solving problems that involve cross sections, gives examples that says, quote, a truck needs a metal divider that separates the refrigerator part of the truck from the dry goods. What should the divider look like, and how many square feet will the metal divider be? And you saw the rest of it there. Another person wrote on Instagram, quote, imagine how a student feels looking at the comments under his post calling them dumb, and how unprofessional it is to record yourself berating and shaming kids for being struggling learners. And I would say this brother is struggling with wisdom. Why would you ever do that? All right, so Sharon, why is it that I get the feeling that he needs to go through some teaching himself?
Yeah. The reason 15% is the only number of students who could identify certain shapes is because he's talking down to them. And I suspect he's not the only one talking past them. Kids will shut down when they know you don't really care. You're making fun of them. I originally thought, Doc, until I listened so closely to your analysis, that perhaps a child, surreptitiously recorded. But no, this is the teacher. I know a shape that all the kids in that class could have identified. Egg, as in their egg-headed teacher who's very ignorant and doesn't even know how to apologize. How about, I'm sorry, it's not your failure, it's our failure. We'll fix it. I apologize.
That's right. Well said.
Now, don't get me wrong. You don't want to belittle students. You don't want to laugh at students and things like that. But that is just the tip of the iceberg on how fucking frustrating it is to be a teacher in America, because these kids are goddamn behind. And then me personally, he didn't have to apologize. I wouldn't have apologized, because this is a fucking shame. Because what he said was, I can't get my 13-year-olds to identify shapes. I'm not asking you the area. I'm not asking you the circumference. I'm not asking you none of that. I just want you to identify shapes. That's very frustrating when you have 30 kids in the classroom, only 5 of them knows their shapes. And you learn shapes in pre-kindergarten. That's what, 4 or 5 years old? And you telling me 13-year-olds cannot identify shapes? That is a problem. That's a problem. And Mr. Richard, Dr. Richard, I'm going to be respectful. He is not the failure. He just got those students. It's no way you can say he failed them when he's trying to teach them something and they don't know how to identify something they were supposed to learn 8 to 9 years ago. And then you wonder why our children are behind. And you say you are a teacher. I would like to know what you taught at this point. When was the last time you taught a classroom? Because if you've been inside these classrooms, let me show you these classrooms.
Come on, bro. Why your voice cracking, my nigga? Come on, bro. Yeah, walk the fuck back, nigga. You got me fucked up, nigga. You got me bent, bitch. What? Bro, I'm on, bro. Did you really say that shit, bro? I'm on, bro. Everybody saying that shit, my nigga. Bro, they lying shit, bro. Stop lying, my nigga. You the one lying, bro.
I don't give a fuck if you're an adult or not. You're not gonna talk to me like that, you dumbass bitch. You're not gonna talk to me like that.
Kick through the phone.
Bitch, you're not gonna talk to me like that. You're not gonna talk to me like that. You dumbass playing in my face right now. You need to give her a
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Put your hands on me. Yeah, I swear to God, if you don't get your hands, put your hands on me. Get your hands on me. I'm gonna start swinging back.
Coming to these days.
Oh shit. Go get him. Go get him.
Do one of these problems.
Fuck up talking to me, Mr. Johnson, before I come knock the motherfucking glasses off your face. And that's on my dick or my head.
Didn't I tell you earlier today, I said,
Shut the fuck up talking to me!
Markel, I said I do not talk to you that way, and I would appreciate it if you did not talk
Shut
to
the
me
fuck up
that
talking to me!
way. I do not curse at you. Have I ever cursed at you?
Yes!
I have never cursed at you.
Yes, you have!
You know that's not true.
Do y'all understand how these teachers get mentally abused every day? Verbally abused every day? Physically abused every day throughout the year? They're underpaid? They're coming out of their own pockets to give out supplies? They working with all these kids. I don't want to say badass kids, but these kids, they working with these kids with the best way they can. And they're spending damn near more money than what they making to try to educate these kids. And these kids are disrespectful. These kids don't want to learn. All they want is the answer. And then when you challenge them, they get very defensive. AKA soft. These kids soft as hell now. The problem is the parents, man. That's what a problem is. It's not the teachers. It's not the school. The parents is not involved enough. You can't even get these parents to get on these PTA calls. You can't even get these parents to come to these these council meetings. You can't even get these parents to even come to report card pickup. Most of these kids get their report cards the next day because the parents don't show up for report card pickups. Most of these parents think it's the school's job to teach them. No, learning starts at home. It doesn't start at school. Learning does not stop. That's what we need to put the blame at. And when that teacher said, oh, they got these challenges with these kids cussing in these goddamn cameras, that shit is fucking astronomical to me. Oh, you're not going to get in trouble. Say whatever you want. Because in our community, we think shit's funny. We think being behind is funny. And I'm not going to sit here, Sonny. I laughed when he said, oh, I just asked y'all to identify shape. I laughed too because that shit's fucking crazy to me. It makes no sense. I've sat in these classrooms. I've volunteered in these classrooms. It's out of hand. And parents are not involved enough to make these kids care about their education, to make these kids respect these teachers. They go up there and try to fight the fucking teachers for their goddamn child without even understanding what's going on. They don't even ask what's going on. A child come home and say, oh, the teacher's messing with me. And they come up there ready to fucking fight instead of talking to the teachers to figure out what's going on. Oh, you're not going to talk to my child like that. Well, how about you talk to your child and make sure that he respect the person that's ahead of that classroom? Because a teacher can't teach when these children are being disobedient. So you saying that it's his fault he failed them? Man, you out your goddamn mind. Parents are failing these kids, man. And the question is, what can we do to help? What can we do to help? We need to go back to building our community the way it used to be. All hands on deck. Parents need to get more involved in what's going on with their children's education. That's where we need to start, and that's where we need to finish. Most of these parents can't even help their damn kids with their homework because they be sitting there looking just as stupid as they do. Oh, I don't remember this. I ain't never did this. I ain't never did that. We didn't do it this way. We didn't do it that way. Well, how about you get on those PTA meetings? You go up there, you set up time to go sit with that teacher. Well, y'all learn it this way. Show me how you learn it how you're teaching them this way. Because we learned this way. So if you think this way is an easier way, I want to see the method that you're teaching them so we can continue doing it at home. We need to be working with the school system, not against the school system. And that's the problem. We're working against it and not with it. And Mr. Rashad, Dr. Rashad, I want to give you your respect. You, sir, need to self-evaluate yourself. Because if you're saying that he failed these students, what you need to understand is, as an 8th grade teacher, because 13, that's what 8th grade, going into 9th grade, if you don't know how to identify a shape, how the hell did you pass pre-K? How? How can I teach you what a shape is, and then I got to turn around and teach you how to calculate the circumference? That's frustrating. And then I get evaluated. Now, I'm not a teacher, but I'm just saying in reference. I, as a teacher, would get evaluated on how my children are learning in my classroom, and I have to go back 6th grade levels to try to bring you up to speed in one school year. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And now my evaluation is bad. And now I'm on the verge of losing my job. And now I got to transfer, go to another school, or I have to be a substitute for a little bit or something like that. Or I have to look into another profession. It's frustrating being a teacher in America when parents are not involved in their kids' education. The kids that are successful are the kids who have involvement with their parents in the school system. Those are the kids that are most successful. And that's what we need. We need every parent involved. We should blow up these goddamn PTA meetings, these council meetings. We should be blowing them up because we need to know what's going on in these schools, the curriculums, and how our child is being provided for. That's our voice. That's our opinion to try to change some stuff. But parents do not do it. And that's where everything should lie at the feet at home, because when they get home, they don't do none of this. They don't learn anymore. They get on the video game. They own TikTok. They own social media. And then when they go to school, they don't know anything. You got to reteach them all over again. That's where we need to put the blame at, and it starts at home. It does not start in that classroom. So for you to say that he failed them, you are part of the problem, sir. You are part of the problem. Because me personally, he didn't do anything wrong. Because that needs to be exposed. We need to see how our kids are behind. We need to see that. Because you will sit there and take your child at their word. Then get their report cards. See, they got C's and D's. And you don't go up there, you don't talk to the teacher to figure out how can we help my child. No, you keep letting them stroll on with those C's and D's, being mediocre. You still buying them PlayStation 5s. You still buying them Jordans. You're buying these little girls Coach purses, Chanel bags, phones. And they're bringing you mediocrity. But you expect this teacher. I'm assuming, because 13, I want to say it's 8th grade. He has multiple classes. Matter of fact, I want to say it's high school, because he said he had multiple classes, and this is my only class. In most 8th grades, they don't switch classes like that. In most schools, I'm not sure what school he's at, but I want to say he's 8th grade. So if he have multiple classes with 30 plus students, it's very frustrating when you have to backtrack with one class of 25. It's very hard and frustrating because you want to keep them on track, but then you don't want to let the other ones fall behind because they are already advancing. You have to slow down for them, but you have to keep them up so they won't turn around and go behind. It's very frustrating. It's very hard. And at this level, especially after COVID, at this level is a problem. And if you are 13 years old and you cannot identify a triangle, a rectangle, or a square, it's a problem. Think about that. Just think about it. It's KG from Top Prize Entertainment. Like I said, I tried to make this very quick.